So we can go ahead and get started. If you'd like to come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. You can sit up on a block or a blanket. Ooh. Hard time. Okay. You can cross your legs. You can have them out in front of you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Excuse me. And when you're ready, you can just lower your gaze or shut your eyes, whatever you're most comfortable with. And as you settle into your seat, just let any thoughts you have go ahead and go by. No need to judge them or stop them. Just let them flutter on by you. You can do a quick scan of your body and see if there's any spot where maybe you're a little bit more sore or a little bit more stuck. You'd like to release the muscles there. Go ahead and check in with the shape of your body. Make sure you're making a nice long line with your spine. Elongating that tailbone, pressing those sit bones down into the mat. When you're ready, you can go ahead and draw your attention to your breath. No need to change or judge it. Just listen to it. Pay attention to what it's doing. Pay attention to where in the lungs your breath is coming from. Are you breathing shallowly through the back of your throat or your chest? Are you breathing through those low lungs, maybe underneath where your rib cage almost ends? Or are you coming into a deep belly breath, breathing all the way into your body? Your next inhalation through your nostrils, see if you can feel that space in your chest fill up with oxygen. And feel it release as you exhale. Pay attention to the shape your body makes as you take deep inhales and deep exhales. Can you expand that breath down into your lungs, into your rib cage, right around where a bra strap might be? Can you feel the sides of your lungs inflate? Can you feel the back of your lungs inflate? On your next set of inhales, can you inhale all the way down into the very bottom of your lungs? Maybe watching your whole body move as you inhale. Your whole torso, rather. Feel the sides of your body expanding with each inhale and deflating with each exhale. See if you can breathe into your back body, your full back expanding with each inhale. Almost as if you had wings. You can imagine if you'd like your shoulder blades expanding into wings, opening and closing with each inhale and each exhale. Inhale real nice and big and stretch all of the feathers on your wings out. And then exhale, collapse that back body back down, fold those wings into the body. One more nice big inhale, reaching out with the back body, really expanding into the lungs. All of your oxygen filling up all the way to the top, and then exhaling, letting it all go. You can return to breathing normally or whatever's comfortable for you. And when you're ready, we can gently open our eyes and come to a seated position on your mat. If you already are one. If you're on a block, you can remove your block. It'll get pretty annoying after a while, at least to move on. So go ahead and plant your sit bones down into the ground. You can switch the crossing of your legs if you'd like. We'll start just by inhaling the arms into the air. Inhaling your arms nice and long, stretching the fingertips in all directions. Exhale, one big exhale here. Another nice deep inhale. And then we'll exhale, stretch out to the side, dropping the right arm down, reaching the left arm overhead, pressing both sit bones down into the mat. Reaching from your arm, reaching from those intercostal rib muscles. Pulling your body in two directions here. And then inhale back to center. See if you can release the shoulders down the back, stretching the arms up above your head. Exhale down to the other side, placing the arm on the mat, reaching your other arm over top. Dog is star of the show tonight. Place those sit bones down into the ground. See if you can reach with those intercostal rib muscles. Make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up to your ears. Then on your next inhale, we'll bring both arms up again. Release the shoulders down the back. Stretch the fingertips in all directions. We'll inhale here. Pop those ribs back in if they're poking out. And then exhale, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Fold forward as deeply as you're comfortable. Spend a couple breaths here, folded forward. You can round down your back if you'd like. You can collapse a little bit further with each exhale. Releasing your neck, and imagine the top of your neck is being pulled down to the ground if you'd like. When you're ready, we'll walk our fingertips back so we're in a seated position. We'll stretch those legs out in front. Go ahead and give your minis a little shake out. Spend a couple breaths playing with your ankles, pointing the toes and flexing the feet, just waking up the ankles a little. And when you've had enough of that, you can bring them to a nice, comfortable, flexed position. Bending the right knee, bring the right foot over the left knee. See if you can position that thigh into the center of your body. Hug that knee in tight. Place the foot back down to the mat wherever it's comfortable, but as close as possible. If you're happy here, stay. If not, you can take that left elbow, hook it over the right knee, and then twist to the back of the room. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling to twist to the back. Inhaling for a long spine. Exhaling to twist. One more like that. Inhaling, nice long spine. Exhaling, twisting to the back of the room. Inhale back to center, and then exhale for a nice little counter twist to the opposite side. Hugging that thigh into the chest again. You can release the leg down. Change the crossing of the legs. Pull that left thigh into your body nice and tight. See if you can make it to the center of the body. Place that foot on the outside of the knee. If you're comfortable here, you can stay. If not, go ahead and inhale that right arm up, hook that right elbow behind that left knee, and then twist to the back of the room. Inhaling for a nice long spine. Exhaling to twist to the back. Inhaling long spine. Exhale to twist. One more like this, inhaling with a nice long spine. Exhaling, twist to the back of the room. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale for a nice little counter twist to the opposite side. You can release both your knees forward. You can give your knees a little shake out. And then come to a tabletop pose at the center of the mat. Sorry, coming into tabletop, make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, tops of the feet are planted down onto the mat. Pressing into your fingertips nice and tight, as if I were to walk by and try to reach for them, I wouldn't be able to pull them up off the mat. Find length in your spine, make your neck nice and long. From here, inhale, drop your udder down for cow pose. Exhale, rounding in the spine, pulling the belly button towards the back, dropping the neck down, cat pose. Inhaling for cow pose, shining that chest forward, dropping the udders down. Exhaling for cat, option to tuck the toes under here. Inhale, cow pose, releasing the tops of the feet down to the mat. Exhaling for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And continue to do this motion on your own breath, linking movement to breath. You can also begin to introduce S and C curves in your spine if you'd like. You can come down to a child's pose, or you can come forward to a half chaturanga if you'd like. You're just trying to wake up the spine. Make big circles on your knees if you'd like. When you're ready to come to stillness, come back to a tabletop pose. Lift the left arm on the air for a nice long twist. Breathing here. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. You're not wrenching in it anywhere. On your next exhale, we'll tuck the arm under, place the outside of the shoulder onto the mat. You can walk the opposite arm forward if you'd like. Make sure the tops of the feet are still sticking onto the mat. Go and walk those fingers back, placing that hand into the mat. Press back up into your twist. Exhale, release your arm down. Inhaling the opposite arm into the air for a twist. Check in with your hips. Maybe you can twist from your midsection, unlike me. Check in with the tops of your feet. Make sure they're nice and stuck to the mat. And then on your next exhale, we'll tuck this arm under and place the outside of the shoulder onto the mat. Walking your fingertips in front of you. Tenting them if you're comfortable. Breathing here. Exhaling, bringing that hand back down, pressing into the mat, reaching your arm back up in the air for a twist. Exhaling your hand back down to the mat. Tucking your back toes under here. Pressing those fingertips into the mat again as hard as you can. Bring your knees up into the air for downward facing dog. You can pedal out through your feet here. Stretch into those calves. Take that movement into your knees and hips if you'd like. When you're ready to find stillness, we'll inhale, lift the heels nice and high into the air. Exhale, bring the heels back down towards the mat. Check in with your neck here. Make sure you can shake your head yes, nod your head no. Breathing here. Pressing those fingertips, pressing those toes into the mat. Reaching those heels down. Your next inhale will roll forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale forward for a low cobra. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Breathing here, check in with that left heel, bring that back down towards the mat if it's floated up into the air. Breathing here, hips are square. On your next inhale, open the hips up. You can bend the knee if you'd like. Breathing here. Option to drop that back leg back behind you. Reach your arm into the air for rock star pose. Coming back into three-legged dog wherever you are. Square those hips again. Keep that knee bent. On your next exhale, we'll roll forward to plank. Bring that knee to the elbow. Inhaling back for a three-legged dog, nice long back leg. We'll do two more like that. Exhale, roll forward to plank, elbow to knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, rolling forward to plank, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, placing that right foot back down onto the mat. Inhale your heels into the sky. Exhale, bring those heels back down towards the mat. Inhale that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Breathing here. Checking in with that right heel, pulling it down towards the mat. Inhale, open up those hips, bend your knee. Exhale, option to drop back behind you. Lift your arms up, rock star. Arm up, not arms up, left arm. Come back to three-legged dog wherever you are. Hips are nice and square. You can bend that left knee. And on the next exhale, let's roll forward to plank. Bring that knee towards the elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, nice long left leg. Exhale, roll forward to plank, knee to elbow. One more like that. Inhaling, nice long leg. Exhaling, rolling forward to plank, bringing that knee towards the elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, replace your leg back to the mat. Breathing 3 breaths in down dog or child's pose. On your next inhale, you can hop or step forward. So that you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Checking in with your neck here. Make sure you can nod your head yes, shake your head no. Nice and loose in your jaw. Your entire top half of your body is relaxing down towards the ground. Pulling the top of your head down. On your next inhale, you can place your hands on your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward again. Option here to interlace your fingers behind your back. Or grab opposite elbows and rock back and forth. You can also take your peace fingers around your big toes for yogi toe lock. And bend those elbows to the outside, pulling your top half of your body down. Release your arms wherever they are. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll up to stand, placing your vertebrae on top of your vertebrae, all the way up till you're standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Go into some nice sun salutations. Relax your arms at either side. Inhale your arms up into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on hips, nice long flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Exhaling, placing your hands at either side. On your next inhale, lift your hands into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. You can step back so you're in downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward to the front of your mat so you're in a forward fold. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward, and inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale your hands at either side. Inhale your arms up above your head. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. So you're gonna forward fold the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. All right. 2 more like that. Inhale, hands in the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. You can hop or step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling for plank. Exhaling to lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward. So you're gonna forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhaling, releasing your arms to your sides. Inhale, arms in the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, hop or step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling to roll forward to plank. Exhale, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Exhale, inhale for a low cobra and exhale, press back to downward facing dog. My inhales and exhales are mixed up. Breathing in down dog. On your next exhale, hop or step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Whew, beautiful. All right. Surya Namaskar B. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhale your arms into the air. This time we'll bend the knees, lower your bum, and come into a chair pose. Breathing here. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward, plant your hands. This time only the right leg goes back behind you, so you're in a low lunge. Make sure you have a nice sturdy stance here. We'll place the right hand down onto the mat and lift the left hand into the air. This is one option for your twist. If you're comfortable here, please stay. It's good. A nice long stretch in the outer half of the glute and the thigh. If you're not comfortable here, you can always come up to a high lunge, bring your hands to heart center, and then hook that elbow on the outside of that knee. Breathing here, pressing your elbow against your knee, palm against palm. On your next inhale, come back to center. Release your hands back down to the mat. We'll kick this left leg back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the leg forward. So now you're in a low lunge with the opposite foot in front. Make sure you have a nice, comfortable, sturdy stance here. Again, we'll start off with the left hand down, right arm in the air. Breathing here for a few breaths. If you're comfortable here, you can stay. If not, you can come into a high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center and lap that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Pressing your hands together, pressing the elbow on the outside of the knee. Relaxing your glutes. On your next inhale, you come back to center. Exhale your hands back down to the mat. Keep that right leg back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, three-legged dog, left leg in the air. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Hop that back right leg up to meet the front. Forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale, rolling up to stand. Exhaling, releasing your arms to either side. Inhale, arms above your head. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your bum, come into chair pose. Breathing here. Inhale, nice deep breath. And then exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Plant your hands, bring that right leg back behind you. Low lunge. Inhale, hands into the air for a high lunge. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Kick that front leg back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg in the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the leg forward. Help your foot if you need to. Get it in between the hands. Now you're in a low lunge on the opposite side. Inhale, hands into the air, high lunge. Breathing here, front knee is still bent. Back heel is off the mat. Arms in the air. Exhaling, planting your hands around that front foot again. Kicking that back foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhaling to lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, stay in downward dog. And your next exhale, you can hop forward or step. So you're in a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale your hands on your shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. And exhaling, releasing your hands to your sides. All right. Inhale, arms into the air. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your bum, bring your arms forward for chair pose. See if you can elongate your tailbone here. Cow pose in the low spine. On your next exhale, you can fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that foot in between your hands so you're in a low lunge. Inhale your arms into the air, high lunge. Exhale, lower that back heel down so you're in a warrior one. Your next exhale, lower your hands, interlace your fingers back behind you, shine your chest towards the ceiling, and exhale, coming down to humble warrior. Inhaling, shining that chest forward, releasing your hands into the air. Exhaling, bringing your hands down to frame that front foot. So you're in a low lunge. Kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, sweep the foot forward so you're in a low lunge on the opposite side. Inhale your arms up into the air, high lunge. Exhale, lower that back heel down so you're in warrior one. Adjust your stance any way you need to. Hips are still square to the front of the room. Your next exhale, release your arms back behind you. Shine that chest towards the ceiling, interlace your fingers. And then exhale, release your shoulder down to the knee, humble warrior. On your next inhale, shine that chest towards the ceiling again, release your arms into the air. Exhale, frame that front foot with your hands. Kick your front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next inhale, you can hop or step towards the front of the mat. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhaling to fold forward again. And inhaling to roll up to stand. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Feet are hips width distance apart. Inhale the arms into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, lowering that bum down, chair pose. Inhaling a nice big deep breath here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Plant your hands. Hop or step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhaling, bending that knee, sweeping that leg in between your hands. Help it if you need to. Into a nice, comfortable low lunge. We'll drop that back knee this time. Place the tops of the toes onto the mat. Inhale up for Anjaneyasana. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, planting the hands back down to the mat. Tuck those back toes under. Keep that back foot forward so that both heels are on the mat. And come into a runner's stretch. When you're ready, we'll kick that back foot back behind us. We're back in that low lunge. And we'll inhale the arms up into the air, high lunge. Exhale that heel back down, warrior one. Inhale, shine the chest towards the ceiling. Release your hands back behind you. And then exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Inhaling back up in the air, releasing your arms into the sky, warrior one. Exhaling, bringing your hands back down to the mat. Keep that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, swing that foot forward, help it if you need to. So now you're in a low lunge with the opposite foot forward. From here, we'll drop that back knee down, release the tops of the toes. Inhale the arms into the air, gaze at the thumbs, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring those hands back to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift that back leg. Get forward about 12 to 18 inches. However many you need to get both heels onto the mat. Pull this front hip back in space. Release your neck down. Runner's stretch. That back foot to the back to where it was, so you're back in that low lunge. Inhale your arms into the air. Inhale your arms into the air, high lunge. Exhale, rotate that back heel down, warrior one. Inhale, nice big deep breath, shine that chest towards the ceiling, interlace your fingers back behind you. And exhale forward for humble warrior. On your next inhale, shine your chest towards the sky, release your arms into the air. Exhale, frame that front foot. Kick that front foot back to meet the back foot, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward to plank. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Breathing down dog. On your next exhale, you can hop or step forward, so you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. And inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale, release your hands at either side. Standing in mountain pose at the front of your mat. The feet are hips width distance apart. Inhaling the arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the leg forward, help it if you need to. So it's in between your hands. And you're making a low lunge with the right foot in front. Make sure you have a nice strong stance. We'll exhale, rotate that back heel down, and windmill your arms up to warrior two. Adjust your stance any way you need to. Make sure your arms are shooting out straight from your body in either direction. Hips are open towards the side of the mat. And the front knee is bent. Inhale, pop that front palm up into the air. Exhale, come forward and then swing back for forward. Breathing here, stretching that side body. Give that front knee a rest. We'll come into nice straight knees, straight arms. On your next exhale, reach forward as much as possible and then fall down for triangle pose. You can bring your hand to a block, to your shins, to your mat, whatever you prefer. On your next inhale, we'll come back to warrior two. We'll bring that forearm to the thigh for side angle pose. Leaning opposite arm overhead. On your next exhale, we'll windmill the arms down and come to a wide-legged forward fold on the side of the mat. Release your neck here, nod your head yes, shake your head no. You can even walk your fingertips back behind you. And walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Come back into your low lunge. We'll kick this front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank pose. Exhaling, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Then exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, sweep the leg forward. So you're in a low lunge with the opposite foot in front. On your next exhale, go ahead and rotate that back foot down and windmill our arms up into a warrior two pose. Adjusting your stance any way you need to. Make sure that front knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. On your next inhale, bring that palm forward and then exhale back for a humble warrior. Dump for reverse warrior. Make sure you're dumping your arm any weight in that back arm. Make sure you're stretching from the intercostals here. Nice straight legs, warrior two arms. We'll come into triangle pose. Reaching forward and then down. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. Your next inhale will come back to warrior two. Put that forearm to the thigh for side angle pose. In here. And when you're ready to windmill your arms down, so you're in a wide-legged forward fold on the opposite side of the mat. This time, go ahead and heel toe your feet together and come down into a squat, whatever is a comfortable squat for you. If you'd like to have support under your heels, you can bring your heels to the ground, that's cool. Just breathe. Exhale your hands back down to the mat and press your bum up into the air. And kind of heel toe your feet together and kind of make your way back into a downward facing dog, facing the front of the room. When you made your way back to down dog, you can go ahead and inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And then press back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. On your next exhale, you can step forward. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, roll up to stand. Exhaling, releasing your arms to the sides. All right. And go through our sequence quickly this time. Okay. Standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhale the arms into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. Step or hop back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, sweep the foot forward in between the hands, help it if you need to. Low lunge. Your inhale, lift your arms up for warrior one. Exhale, come down to warrior two. Inhale forward and exhale back to reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale forward, exhale down triangle pose. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Rotate your hands back down to the mat. We'll take this front leg back. Get back to meet the back foot. Downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot in between the hands, help it if you need to. Exhaling into a low lunge. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, open up the arms, open up the hips, warrior two. Inhale forward and then back. Exhaling back to reverse your warrior. Inhaling back, warrior two. Exhaling, bend that, straighten up that front knee. Inhale forward, exhale down, triangle pose. Inhaling back to warrior two. Exhaling with forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Breathing here. Exhaling, windmilling the hands back down to the mat. Kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Exhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 nice big deep breaths in down dog or child's pose. And when you're ready, you can hop or step forward to a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up to stand. Exhale, release your hands down to your sides. Let's try one more time. Maybe I can link the breath to the movement this time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg in the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep the leg forward, help it if you need to, low lunge. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, rotate to the side for warrior two. Inhale, palm up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, straighten the leg and come down, triangle pose. Inhale, warrior two, bend that front knee. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, swing your hands back down to the mat, frame that front foot. Keep the front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rolling forward, plank pose. Exhale, lowering your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Breathe here and down dog. On your next inhale, lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, swing your leg forward, low lunge. Exhale here. Inhale, arms in the air, warrior one. Exhale, open up to the side, warrior two. Inhale, forward and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back, warrior two, straighten that front knee. Inhale, fall forward for triangle pose. Exhaling here. Inhaling back to warrior two. Exhale, forearm to thigh for side angle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, swing those hands back down to the mat to straighten that front foot. And we'll kick that front foot back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. And when you're ready, you can hop or step forward and a forward fold at the front of the mat. On your next inhale, place hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Yay. Okay. Let's go back to standing in mountain pose at the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long, flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, open up your hips. Breathe here. Then your next exhale, swing that foot forward again. So you're in another low lunge with the right leg in front. Have blocks, you can grab them now. From here, we're going to launch off that back leg into warrior three. Launch whenever you're ready. Make sure that foot is flexed and pointed down towards the mat. It's straight out back behind you. You can either bring your hands to heart center, you can have them straight out in front of you like Superman. You can bring them to the mat or blocks. From this pose, you can go into two other balancing poses. First option being half moon, where you just open up your hips here. Keep that foot flexed, but now it's horizontal towards the mat. You can bring one arm up if you're able. You have your hand down. The other option is to keep your hips nice and square. And try to bring your forehead down towards your shin as you try to lift that back leg up behind you. For a split. And when you've had enough of all that, you can swing that front foot or that back foot down and meet at the front and come into a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale, dropping the arms to your side. From here, we'll inhale the arms into the air. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, coming into plank pose. Exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for low cobra. Exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hips here. Breathing nice, big, deep breath. And then exhale, swing that foot forward. So you're in a low lunge with your left foot in the front this time. We'll launch off that back foot into a warrior three. If you'd like to grab blocks, you may. If not, you can simply launch up into the air. Hips can remain square, foot is flexed towards the ground. Again, you have two options here or three options for your arms. You can place your arms on the mat or on blocks. You can have hands at heart center. You can reach your arms out in front of you like Superman. And if you've had enough of warrior three, you can always open your hips up for a half moon pose, keeping that foot flexed, but this time horizontal to the ground. Or you can keep your hips square and try to pull your forehead towards your shin, kicking that back leg up in the air. And when you're ready, swing that back leg forward to meet the front. So you're going to forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up to stand. Exhale, release your hands to either side. All right. So we're going to try crow practice again if you'd like. If you don't like, sit out for a second. I like to place a pillow in front of my face. And then just come into kind of a squat pose. So if you were to come into your squat, you're nice and comfortable here. You place your hands down in front of you so that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders all form one nice straight line. And then bend those elbows back. So your arms are straight back behind you and your elbows are starting to come in towards your shins here. Lift your butt into the air and just kind of hook or place those shins up onto your forearms, onto your biceps, I guess. Biceps. And then when you're ready, you can lift one toe off the ground, maybe another toe, maybe slam them back down. It's just a little fun balance. If you just like to balance with your feet on the ground, maybe release any tension in your neck here. That might feel nice. You can just have a moment to yourself. When you decided that's enough crow practice for me, we'll just come to a mountain pose at the front of the mat again. All right. Inhale those arms up into the air. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep the shin forward. Prepare to come into pigeon pose. Set yourself up with any blocks or blankets you may need. Inhale, lifting that chest into the air and exhaling to roll forward. When you're ready, you can inhale your chest back up into the air. Walk your fingertips back to support you. Remove any objects you may have. Come back into a tabletop pose. Push down into a child's pose. Give your hips a little shake here. And we'll tuck the toes back under and come into a downward facing dog. This time lift the left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, swing that shin forward. Give yourself any support you may need. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight behind you. Inhale your chest into the air and then exhale, roll down for pigeon. On your next inhale, you can roll back up, move your legs into a tabletop pose again. Press down to a child's pose. Keep your hips a little shake out here. On your next inhale, you can come back to a downward facing dog. Breathing here in down dog. Last vinyasa, optional as always. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog. On your next inhale, roll forward to plank and then release down onto the mat. Roll over onto your back. Go ahead and bring your feet about as wide as the mat and knock your knees in towards each other. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And when you're ready, hug your knees into your chest nice and tight. Give yourself a little rock back and forth maybe. Release your feet down so you can just about raise your heels with your fingertips. And when you're ready, we'll roll up into bridge pose. Lifting your hips into the air, you can wiggle your shoulder blades back behind you, interlace your hands behind your back if you'd like. Pushing down into the ground, lifting those hips into the air. On your next exhale, you can roll your spine back down onto the mat. Windshield wiper out your hips again. Come back to center. Inhale back into your bridge pose. Again, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, pressing into your feet to press your hips into the air. Release your shoulders, release your spine back down onto the ground. You can windshield wiper out your knees one more time. Come to stillness, we'll do one more bridge, lifting the hips into the air, wiggling your shoulders beneath you if you'd like, and releasing your hands if you're comfortable. And release your arms, release your shoulders, release your spine back down to the mat. Windshield wiper out your legs if you'd like, and hug your knees into your chest nice and tight. Give yourself a little massage by rolling back and forth. When you're ready, you can drop your legs to one side for a gentle twist. Twisting from the midsection of the body, two shoulders on the mat, one set of knees. Arms can be wherever you're comfortable, out to a T, resting on your knees. Your next inhale, you can bring your knees back to center. Exhale, release them down to the other side. Your next inhale, you can bring your legs back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, nice and tight. You can reach for your inner soles of your feet for happy baby. Rock back and forth here if you'd like, pulling those knees into your armpits. If you've had enough of that, you can release your hands from your legs. Keep your knees bent. Bring your soles of your feet to the mat. Then bring the soles of the feet together and relax the legs out to either side for Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined goddess pose. Place your hands on your thighs to just support your legs wherever they may be. And you, you gently bring your knees together, straighten your legs out, and relax into your final resting pose. See if while you're relaxing today, you can take on some yoga nidra and just imagine your body relaxing one part at a time, starting with your toes, moving up to the bottoms of the feet. And just imagine that wave of relaxation moving over each individual part of your body before you drift off completely. begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. You can introduce small movements in your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can roll onto one side, using your arm as a pillow, and take one breath in the fetal position. And when you're ready, you can use that same slow quality of movement and come up to the seated position. Let's clasp with one arm, so you can bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale for Om. Loka, Samasta, Supino, Bhavantu. May all beings be free from suffering. Namaste.